Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Thanks for watching this video and I hope you're doing well. Before I begin and showing my latest or recent vinyl finds, a few of them I don't remember how far ago I, I'm, I obtained them to my collection, but there are a few that I missed that I haven't shown, so I'm going to show those. But before I begin, let me adjust this camera real quick. I want to mention a few things. And one thing is, earlier in the week on July 11th, sad news struck um, in the world of movie making. And what I mean by that is actress Shelley Duvall, one of my favorite actresses. She's from Texas. She passed away. And that was really sad news for me because she's one of my favorites. And just want to for folks to keep her family in prayers. My wife was following her on Instagram and enjoying her Instagram posts. But two movies that I remember seeing in a theater as a kid that I went to go see with my mom were The Shining and Popeye. And I love those movies. I think those are still classics. Now, my other thing that I want to mention here is the city of Houston, Texas, um, were hit with were affected by that hurricane. Lots of flooding, power outages throughout the whole city, and I just want to say that please keep those folks in prayer. When I lived in Houston, Texas, just to share my story here, as a little kid, I experienced some of that flooding. It's scary when you're inside of an apartment and you're seeing the water coming in, and trying to escape with your life. You're grateful that you have your adults to watch over you and take care of you. And I remember one of the worst floods that I remember experienced. It was just shocking to me as a little kid, little boy, to see boats going by. And we were able to walk, and thank God for the Holy Cross shelter that was nearby. Those folks took care of me and my brother. I was separated from my mom and my sister. They were in another part of the city. This was a long, long time ago. And so that's pretty scary. You lose a lot of things. Unfortunately, you lose loved ones. So, folks, when you have time, if you could just keep them in prayer, and I hope that things they get everything they need to help out the people there. Because I lived there for quite a while there, and like I said, I experienced a couple of those flooding and what they used to call them brownouts, where the whole city goes really dark, and that was pretty scary too. But you stay inside where you live, or an apartment or home. But anyway, folks, just wanted to mention those two things. Those were on my heart, and I will continue to pray for the people of Houston, Texas. So this video that I'm about to get into, I'm going to share some of my recent finds. One of them is a CD find, and I got it on the internet. I ordered it. I came across this band through some short where someone was showing this exact best of. I don't remember who it was, and I listened to it, the little music, and I went to go listen to it on Spotify, and I like what I heard. This is a heavy metal, power metal band from America, Manowar. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly, but I picked up this best of. It is really, really good. It is some type of an import CD. I'm not sure where from. Oh, it's a German pressing, which one of my vinyl finds is a German pressing too. There it is. But yeah, this is really good stuff. I am hoping to get some more of their albums, which leads me to a question. Like, I'm getting into this band and I'm going to stick to getting CDs. Is that like that for some folks out there that collect music? Like when you get into a band, do you say, oh, I'm going to get their stuff on CD or I'm going to go vinyl? Or do you do a little bit of both? I find myself doing a little bit of both, or whatever is in my budget or what I can trade for. So anyway, Man of War, I love this CD. Okay, now I mentioned German pressing, and my wife, who was with me, we were at a store, and she said, "Look what I found." And I went, "What? No way!" And then she turned it over and said, "It's a German pressing." And so here it is, made in Japan. This record, yeah, it has a little bit of crackling, but I love this photo inside the gatefold there, live in Japan. But this album sounds amazing. It's a German pressing, and I listened to it, and I'm glad that it's not warped. And don't you hate that when you find a really good record and then you get it home where you didn't look at it really closely? Or sometimes the lighting in places kind of fools you a little bit and you think it's all right. But no, this is not warped, and it plays great. And I love the way this album sounds. Here's what it looks like. But yeah, man, one of my favorites here. I'm going to be gifting, I have a CD of that. I'm going to be gifting it to somebody. So it's going to be a surprise to them. Okay, my next vinyl find. This was sealed for $2, and it's not sealed anymore. This gentleman right here is Wesley Schultz, and I forgot how you say this. Viguettes, something like that. Then I listened to it on Spotify while I was in the store, and I said, "This looks interesting. It might be something I here's the back cover." And as you can tell, there's some him doing some what do you call it? Cover versions of "My City of Ruins," "Downtown Train," "Bell Bottom Blues," and come to find out that this gentleman is the singer-songwriter and guitar player of a very popular band, the Luminaries, or something like that, or Luminaires. But anyway, yeah, so this is, I don't know if this is the only album he made. It's the only one I found. It's folk. I like that it has a little bit of darkness to it. But yeah, he does a version of My City of Ruins, which is by Bruce Springsteen. The Tom Waits Downtown Train. He even does a Sheryl Crow tune, If It Makes You Happy, and which is an okay song. I'm not, but I do like the way he does Bell Bottom Blues, a different style to a different take to it. Not really style, but Boots of Spanish Leather by Bob Dylan. That's a great track, and I like the way he does it. The vinyl is black, but I did notice on there it was released. There were some variant colors to it, so those look pretty cool. My next one here is another reissue, and I used to have this on CD, and I didn't remember much about it, but I got it for like under $10 sealed, and so I had to jump on it. It's the fourth album by the Velvet Underground, Loaded. It is a reissue, but I love this record. Just about every song on here is real good. I like this photo. Now, my next Velvet Underground album that I'd like to get is that double live album, that reissue one of Live at the Maxi or Kansas City, something like that. I plan to get on that pretty soon. Mo Tucker on drums on this album, and here are the tracks. This is one of my favorite albums by them. This is an album where they really were wanting to make a big, strong commercial effort, get some radio play. It had 3 singles from it that are really good, like Sweet Jane. I believe the other one was Who Loves the Sun, and I think the other one might have been Rock and Roll. Those are the 3 standouts for me. I love those 3 songs, but this whole album, in my opinion, is good rock and pop. Now, this next one, I believe, I got a couple more here to show. Now, this next one I got was, I don't think I've shown this, but I could be wrong. It's another one for the Elvis collection. This is a living stereo. Elvis is back. And it's in really pretty decent shape. I remember now, the person that I bought it from, they wanted $8, and I said, "Would you do 6?" And they took it. But it has some really cool photos inside. Really cool photos. And the record, it's not in that bad a shape. I am going to give it a spin clean. I missed it on my last batch of spin clean records, but yeah, it's really nice. It might play a little bit rough, but I'm sure it'll be fine, and I'm glad to have it. I wanted a stereo copy of this album. All right, I got one more to show, and I haven't shown this. And when I was organizing my collection, I came across it, and I said, I have not shown this album, but I picked this up on eBay. And this is a Japanese import. I don't know all the details about it, but it's Captain Beefheart and the Magic Band dock at the radar station. Excuse me, not radio, radar station. I love this record. This is a really good album. There's a label inside. Blues, rock, and that nice slice of avant-garde. I like albums like this. So that's what you get with this Captain Beefheart. John French on guitar. They do a lot of good tracks. A lot of these songs, from what I understood, were like fragments or something. And so they just sort of like built everything around it or with it to make these into some really good tracks. One of my favorites is Sue Egypt and Ashtray Heart. Those are some good tracks, folks. And my first Beefheart album as a Japanese pressing, I think I spent $10 plus shipping. Not a bad deal for that. I'm sure others might sell it for a little bit more. Well, folks, that's it for this Vinyl Finds video. And again, thank you so much for your support. I'll see you on my next video, and I'll be back with another video. Not sure, but it could be soon. Take care.